We are back here with another weekly outlook video. We're going to be going over GJ, work our way down through AC, EU, and then last one, gold. Ton of potential coming this week. I am looking to make huge profits this week, especially on AC and GJ. Those are my top two pairs. EU looks okay. I need a little bit more confirmation. Gold, I need a lot more confirmation to enter. So usually I go from the top of my list, which is usually the best pair for that week for me. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start our analysis. And as always, we're going to start off with a weekly time frame on GJ and see where we're heading and what's going to go on. Okay, so right off the bat on the weekly time frame, we're heading up here to this higher high. Price comes into this demand is very bearish, and then we have a good reaction here. Look at this. You see this big wick? Good reaction there, and then we have internal structuring on the way up. So here we make a daily higher high. We are on the weekly, but this is my daily structure. This is my weekly structure. So we're heading to a weekly higher high. You know, we hit the weekly demand here. This is a daily demand that we're probably not going to hit that, because this is probably going to be the higher low here as weekly, and it's probably going to do something like this if anything. So on the bigger time frames, I always just use it to tell me direction. So daily and weeklies are my specific direction time frames, and that's all I use that for. So we have a weak bullish candle, and then we close bearish. Now notice that we did gap here. Look, we close here, we open here, so there is a gap there, and I'll highlight to you guys as we go in. We go to the daily, and look, we close here, and then the gap was here. We closed here, open here, that's the gap right there. Overall, I'm looking for, at the beginning of this trade, for a sell to go sweep below this low. Now the reason why is we are rejecting off of this support. So naturally what that means is when people are buying at a support, then there's liquidity under there, and then my demand's over here. So this is my bigger time frame point of interest. So now as we scale in, you see that I have my 4-hour structure telling me that we're heading higher high all the way up to the higher high here. Now meanwhile, internally we have this 1-hour bearish structure. Now look at the momentum here, really bearish, looking good. Let's go to the daily real quick. Bearish candle, and then this one closed bullish candle here at the end. Why? Because we have this reaction here at this support and resistance. You can see that I draw it out here, resistance, and then now resistance here, and then support here with that wick. So that's what's going on the daily. On the 4-hour, this is our structure points. This is our demand. So I'd like to sell, put my stop loss above here, and then sell to this demand. Now I do have to be careful just in case at any point in time we start heading towards the bigger time frames higher high, which would be the weekly. So for some reason, you know, we come in too bullish to this supply and it looks like it wants to break structure, then I won't look to sell. I have certain things that I look at, and if certain things happen, then I won't look for sells. Like for one of the things that I'll look for, if it's just extremely bullish into the supply, the chances and also a deeper retracement, and the chances of this to continue going down bearish for this internal 1-hour structure like this becomes significantly lower. So what I'll do then is I'll either wait for a break of structure, or I'll wait for it to start heading down, you know, towards this lower low, and then look for a smaller time frame entry to go down lower. But as of now, you know, that's still, you got to be ready for all the opportunities. But for now, we are just looking to sell, simply sell. You know, if on my Discord, I will post if we have a break of structure and I'm heading to swing this trade. This is going to be a swing opportunity when I do buy long term for over here. I'm talking about like a week or two. Usually how long I'd like to hold, either to the higher high of the weekly high, or I might just catch it to this 4-hour higher high, you know, either or. And then just depending on your trading style, that's what I'm looking to do here. So selling here, we're gonna go to the 1-hour. We just have really bearish momentum here, and we have this little structure. Now look, I just said I'm trying to sell up here, right, in this supply, to touch my bigger time frame demand. You know, that has to do with the market being fractal, and I will make a video on the market being fractal. Just got to get to it. On the minute 15, we have this structure here. We have this bullish structure, really bullish. Boom. We we make higher high, higher low, higher high. So now we have a what I call a three-wave extension. So now we have formed a structure going up to the 1 hour supply. So actually at the start of the week, I'm actually looking to a buy to myself. That is simply what I'm looking for right here. And we do have liquidity built right here with this support and resistance here. Go ahead and mark that off. Now I would like to buy in this area, stop loss below here, and then target just that supply for about a 104. If we get a good entry right there, somewhere roughly around there. That's what I have going on for GJ. Really good potential. Like I said, this is my top pair for this week. I look forward to it. I hope many of you guys join my Discord, and I'll see you guys there. Now, moving on to AC. AC is looking good. I like AC. We have hit the bigger time frame weekly supply, and what happened as soon as we got here? Well, one, we hit a resistance, and two, we hit a bigger time frame supply. This is on the weekly, guys. Now, if you were to enter here, stop loss there, that is going to take you months to get down here. I don't swing that long. That's like long-term trading. For me, swinging is a couple days to a week or two, and then day trading, obviously trying to catch a trade within a day. And I do both. It just depends on the opportunity it gives me, because if I get a good smaller time frame entry and I can extend to a bigger time frame target, then I get a risk reward that's 1 to 10, 1 to 8, 1 to 12. The possibilities are endless. It just depends on what you're targeting. So here, look, we close bearish. Now we do close bearish, a little bit of an indecisive candle, so that for that reason we're gonna go down to the bigger time frame. Smaller time frame, which would be the daily. Now we do have this candle still in control on the daily. So this candle right here is telling me that it wants to continue going down. So that's good. We're just going based off of this momentum. It's telling me price is most likely to come down. Now all I got to do is scale in the smaller time frame. Let's go 4 hour, and then I can start to look to sell. Now here are two ways to sell this. Here is, since we've had an internal break of structure here, it can pull back here, and technically this whole thing is a supply from here to here is a supply, right? Now internally, if we don't come up, well, it technically did come in there already, right? Now internally, if we make a lower low, now we did buy wick, but because it's acting as a support here, I would like for it to really clear below this support, and then I would try to sell like this. If it comes down here, makes a lower low, this will then form a new really nice supply, and look to sell here. Now for this sell, I would target probably here at the top of this high support or resistance, where we might have a reaction, and I would target somewhere here. Now if you are a swing trader or you're long-term trading, you're trying to sell, you can really hold to here. Obviously week after week you have to see that it's going towards your direction. You have to know how to manage that. I just don't like to hold for that long, because I can make it that same amount of risk reward in a lot faster of time, which in a couple days, a day, or maybe a week. Usually my trades are a couple days. Some trades are within a day. I want to say they're about half and half overall, but looking to sell overall on AC. That's my bias for this week. Euro USD, we just came into a 1 hour supply on the 1 hour. Now if we look at the daily, we actually did hit a daily demand, which is good, because it's telling me, hey, we can buy here, but we're already getting that selling pressure. So it's telling me, okay, so this candle's still in control. We'll see how it opens and see if we break structure internally. Then if we have a structure shift internally here within the supply, then we can start to sell to make a lower low here. Now then, could this demand still hold? If it goes in deeper, it very much can. And then we do have this imbalance here that I would like for it to be mitigated, and that would give me the green light to want to go higher. But as of now, I think I'm gonna look to sell when the market opens, unless we have a break of structure of here. So if we break above this area, then this would be a break of structure, and then this will be a break of structure here, and I will look to buy to a higher high. Just above this resistance, I would target for this one, if I do buy here. like I said in the beginning of the video, this needs a little bit more confirmation for me to sell, just because we're kind of in between sells, smaller time frame sells, which is 1 hour, and then bigger time frame daily sells. Now, from what I've had from my experience, from what I've learned, is usually the bigger time frame wins. But you know, it is a domino. It could be the domino effect where the smaller time frame leads to the bigger time frame break structure of the daily. So that could obviously happen. But let's wait for more confirmation on this one. Now on gold, I do need a lot more confirmation, just because it just had a really big bearish shift in momentum, and I'll go over that right now. Now this is the first time in a long time where we have, I think it was 9 candles. Let's just check that right here. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's, yeah, that was wrong. Oh, maybe it didn't count that first one, but yeah, guys, that is 9 candles going up. That's it. It's only happened like 6 times in the last, since like the 1970s, where I had a bull run of 9 candles in a row like this. Usually after 9, it always, has some kind of retracement. And now technically, with my strategy, this candle is still in control, and that would tell me we should go higher. Now internally, so this is where like the domino effect comes in play. We had a bearish candle. This daily candle still is in control, so this tells me we could still potentially buy. So I'm not sell bias, but I'm not sell bias or buy bias. I don't have a bias yet for this one. I'm still waiting for more confirmation on this time frame, on the 4 hour and 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour, first of all, look at these 3 candles. 3 candles going down versus, like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles going up roughly. A lot more bearish than going up. So that's the first sign right there. Momentum alone right there is telling me, could this be the start of the big retracement all the way down here? Maybe back down to around 4,000, maybe even more. We'll see. But we go to the 1 hour, we see that we have a shift in structure. Let's actually go to the minute 30. Shift in structure. We have a break of structure here. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Break of structure. Now, sometimes that's a liquidity sweep. So that's what I'm saying. I need more confirmation. So to know whether I want to sell this like this, or we get a lot of momentum, then I might look to just internally buy and just buy to the internal structure price. So this would be a day trade. If I do get a day trade here, I'll buy here. So this makes a higher high here internally. So this is the external structure, the break of structure to higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. This is the external structure. The internal structure here is this: higher high, higher low, higher high, pull back buy. I'll look to entry here, stop loss below my demand, and target like this resistance here, which is a really good area to target. So for gold, waiting for a little bit of things to happen. I wouldn't enter unless we come all the way down here and have a decent range. Like there you go. Over a 1 or 2 is pretty good. What I like. Yeah, that's everything for this week. Overall, my top pair, as I said, is GJ. I really look forward to GJ. That's going to be big wins this week. I hope you guys like this content. If you guys did, subscribe, like, and then join my Discord. I do post my setups as soon as this switches or gives me other confirmations. I'll post that in the Discord chat. And I hope to see you guys there, and like and subscribe. Don't forget. See you guys next time.